A Season for the Dead by David Hewson, narrated by Sean Baker. This work is copyrighted 2003 by David Hewson. This recording is copyrighted 2003 by W.F. Howes Limited. While Sara Farnese pores over ancient texts in the silent Vatican reading room, a brutal murder is taking place in a nearby church. Then suddenly a crazed man enters the Vatican carrying a bloodied bag. He walks up to Sara's desk. He has something he would like her to see. And now, A Season for the Dead.
Chapter 1. The heat was palpable, alive. Sara Farnese sat at her desk in the reading room of the Vatican Library and stared out of the window, out into the small rectangular courtyard, struggling to concentrate. The fierce August afternoon placed a rippling, distorting mirage across her view. In the unreal haze, the grass was a yellow, arid mirror of the relentless sun. It was now 2 o'clock. Within an hour, the temperature beyond the glass would hit 40 degrees. She should have left like everyone else. Rome in August was an empty furnace echoing to the whispers of desiccated ghosts. The university corridors on the other side of the city rang to her lone footsteps that morning. It was one reason she decided to flee elsewhere. Half the shops and the restaurants were closed. The only life was in the parks and the museums, where stray groups of sweating tourists tried to find some meagre shade. This was the worst of the summer. Yet she had decided to stay. She knew why, and she wondered whether she were a fool. Hugh Fairchild was visiting from London. Handsome Hugh, clever Hugh, a man who could rattle off from memory the names of every early Christian codex lodged in the museums of Europe, and had probably read them too. If the plane was on time, he would have arrived at Fiumicino at 10 that morning and, by now, have checked into his suite at the Inghilterra. It was too early for him to stay with her, she knew that, and pushed from her head the idea that there could be other names in his address book, other candidates for his bed. He was an intensely busy man. He would be in Rome for 5 days, of which 2 nights alone were hers, then move on to a lawyers' conference in Istanbul. It was, she thought, possible that he had other lovers. No, probable. He lived in London after all. He had abandoned academia to become a successful career civil servant with the EU. Now he seemed to...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?